Hi guys, welcome to the first webinar for Launch to Elite, Power to Premier and Smash to Silver. I'm here with Alison, Bartolo, and we've had a very stressful 15 minutes. Canva is not really working today at all. So we haven't been able to put our PowerPoint into actual PowerPoint, but we're going to share a PDF and just
you're going to love it. You'll love it.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Amazing.
We are modelling how you don't have to be perfect to get started.
I'm actually going to be at the top. Oh, yay. Amazing. Your entire screen. Brilliant. Right. Hopefully you can see that. I know you can see everything else in my background, which is not attractive. Should I expand it? That'll work better.
There we go.
Okay. Hopefully that's working. Right, so Launch to Elite in April, Power to Premier, and May Smash to Silver in June.
So this is a fast track program. We just want to say that congratulations for jumping in, for saying yes to this. Now this is doing doTERRA and it's going to be fast. The aim is to get you to silver on or before the 30th of June so that you can come to Leadership Retreat on the Gold Coast from the 19th to 22nd of July. So be prepared to get your head down, bum up, and we're going to do this. So what does it mean? It means you need to be committing to, well, you have already committed to 6 or more classes a month. And if you are doing one-to-ones, then you'd be expected to do at least 3 to one-to-ones to every one class. So that would mean 18 one-to-ones or a mixture. So some classes and some one-to-ones. You are also committing to watching the monthly webinar. So this is it. You're here. Hooray for the first one. So there'll be one at the end of, well, we'll go through the dates. So 3 of those, and then completing the weekly challenge each and every week and submitting your activity monthly as well. So just to break those down, the monthly webinars are on today, so Monday the 26th of March, whether you're here with us live or whether you're watching the replay. Our Power to Premier is on Monday the 23rd of April, and the Smash to Silver is on Monday the 28th of May, and that will be with Leah and Jessie. So the weekly challenges will be put out into the group every Monday morning, and these are to be completed by the Sunday evening. So this is an amazing opportunity to take action. This is the whole point, is to actually give you really guided steps to be able to get there to silver. So submitting your activity monthly is due by the 3rd of the following month. So whatever you have completed in April, you will need to submit your reporting by the 3rd of May, etc.
Yeah, Karen Davenport is creating the report, which will be in the files section of the group. So look for that in the next couple of days. Obviously, you don't need to report this month because we haven't started. So the first report is due in the 3rd of May for the month of April. So let's have a think about why you're actually here and why you want to build this business so you can get really clear about this. So it's about financial freedom, or it might be about financial freedom for you, time freedom and living a life on your terms and living the life of your dreams, the opportunity to make a real difference and be of service. So really think about, what are you deeply passionate about? Is it animals? Is it domestic violence? Is it Days for Girls? Is it some sort of service project that you've always had a passion for? And think about the difference you can make when you not only have the financial freedom to cover your needs, but to make a difference in other people's lives. So are you passionate about wellness and helping others? Are you looking forward to being able to take holidays and go on travel adventures and live an incredible lifestyle? Are you loving that you have no boss and you get to be part of an amazing community? And do you love helping empower people physically, emotionally, spiritually, and financially, and really bringing hope to people? So you can always touch on this when things become challenging, and remember that your why is bigger than the challenges. So is it possible to get to elite? And this webinar and first month is all about getting to the rank of elite. So absolutely it is. And every other rank is either built on elites and executives. So 3 elites equals silver, 9 elites equals platinum, and 12 elites equals diamond. So can you help 12 others get to elite under 4 silvers? Then yes, you can achieve diamond. But over this next 3 months, we're going to be supporting you to achieve the rank of elite and then premier and silver so that you can attend Leadership Retreat, as Alison mentioned. So just so you understand a bit more about how much you can potentially earn in your doTERRA business, an elite earns an average of $4,000 per year, premier 6 to 9,000 per year, and a premier needs 2 executive legs and 5,000 overall volume. Silver 26,000, entry level approximately 15,000. Gold 57,000, entry level approximately 45,000, Platinum 112,000, entry level approximately 72,000, Diamond 200,000, entry level approximately 100,000, and Blue Diamond 450,000, entry level approximately 264,000. Presidential Diamond 1.32 million, entry level approximately 750,000, just so you can have an idea of the kind of income and earning potential you can create as you build your doTERRA business. So how do we rank to elite? It's 3,000 overall volume anywhere in your business. So equivalent to 12 home essentials kits plus fractionated coconut oil, or a combination of any LRP orders, standard orders, your enrollments, and other members enrolling people in a single calendar month. Elite is all about belief in the product. So live the doTERRA lifestyle. Check out the Common Pack sourcing videos on YouTube. Check out Daily Drop app and Modern Essentials app and book, and use and experience the oils products every day so that you can share those experiences naturally. So while elite is just 3,000 overall volume anywhere in your business, you want to be setting up your business from the very beginning so that it's going to be a lot easier for you to achieve Premier and then Silver over the next 3 months. So see how the middle one pictured sets you up for Premier Best. So you want to be starting, even though you're going for elite now, with 2 legs to set yourself up for Premier. And then if you find someone that is open to ordering power kits and actually doing classes, they don't just tell you they're going to be an ex-presidential diamond, but they do the things necessary to do that, then you might want to frontline them as you do work on those and help them run their own classes and enroll their own people, but work on those first 2 legs to get that volume for elite and then set up for Premier. So yeah, we'll dive into a structure a little bit more. And you can also go to my placement strategy 2.0 video on my YouTube channel, Jessie Reimers. So Alison.
Yeah, so launching to elite in April, it's really important to remember the pipes. So this is really how you run the business. This is preparing, inviting, presenting, enrolling, and supporting. So it's really important that you don't get caught up in the prepare and support too much, and that make sure that the IPE is your income producing exercises. So that's inviting people to classes, running the classes, and enrolling people at the end of the class. That is going to be what grows your business. So here in this fast track program, this is where you are really going to be focusing your attention, but obviously you need to be able to do all 5 of these. Let me run through what they are. No. So we're starting, as we're launching to elite now, we'll really start to look at the preparing. And the preparing really is not only the preparing your business, but preparing yourself. So starting with the Belief Summit, which you can see below. This is from sharesuccess.com, and this really shows how each and every rank affects or is based on a belief. So elite is all about belief in the product. So this is you understanding the power of these oils. So in order to get that, what you need to do is use the oils. So every time you are using the oils, you are building that belief in yourself and in them that they are miraculous. You will have more and more stories to share, which will give you more and more passion and conviction when you are teaching your classes. As you're going up to Premier, it's about belief in the company and opportunity. So understanding about healing hands and the co-impact sourcing, and really watching those videos and coming to events like convention, hopefully you came to, and all these things that will help you understand about the company and the ethos and where this is going. And then Silver is really all about belief in you. So this is where you really have to be doing some personal development in the background to ensure that you have that belief in you and that you are growing and stretching as your business does. So what do you want to talk about this?
No, you go for it.
So one of the ways you can use your oils really beautifully is actually to help you in your goal setting. So in terms of what you are looking to attract in your business, whether it is a certain number of people to agree to classes, whether it's before each class, manifesting how many people are going to actually show up and how many people are going to join your team, or whether it's you at the start of the month working out what goal you want to achieve this month, you can write this all down. You can write down the qualities of the builders or people that you're trying to attract into your team. Write these out every single day, but you can attach or anchor oils into this. So a brilliant manifestation blend is ginger, wild orange, and patchouli. So ginger is the oil of empowerment, wild orange is the oil of abundance, and patchouli is the oil of physicality. So that is all about bringing things into the here and now, bringing them into the physical. So have that diffusing, have that going every time that you're raising your energy and vibration around that, and you will attract amazing things into your business. In terms of reading and expanding your mind, these are brilliant things to be able to read. Here's just a snapshot, but if you go to sharesuccess.com, you can see all the rank specific books that you should be reading. So if you're at Elite or Premier, then there's books that are really right for your rank right now. So we've got GoPro, The Slight Edge, Being the Starfish, Big Magic, Big Leap, Get Off the Bench, and The Law of Divine Compensation. If you don't like reading, which I don't, then download Audible, and it's the best thing ever because they literally read the books to you. And this is a perfect thing to be doing as and when you're going to and from your classes and to your workshops. Use that time to actually be listening and growing your mind. So another way to expand is to do tapping. I absolutely love doing tapping. It really shifts some of your limiting beliefs. So if you are having blocks about whether or not you have enough time, or whether or not you have enough ability, or whether or not you have enough, I don't know, qualifications, or whatever it is that's holding you back, you can do a tapping exercise on that. So you can YouTube Brad Yates, and he has loads of videos that will really help you to do that. I like to pull up early to my class and arrive outside and do a short tapping exercise before I go in to really raise my energy. And I know Jessie today is the last day of her Tapping Equals Early Bird special, and this is a program that is sensational. So I took part in the first round of this, and this is literally Brad Yates, who is the absolute tapping guru, together with Jessie, who is just, you know, doTERRA guru, and she has absolutely pinpointed and nailed all the limiting beliefs that we seem to come up against. So for me personally, it was just so on point in terms of all the things that were holding me back in my business, and you can just tap along with Brad, super easy, and just absolutely make such a shift in your business. So you can actually register. Today's the last day for that at bit.ly, so bit.ly/TINMS to register for half price. The next thing you can do is a vision board. You don't have to do this before you get started. This is something you can do in the background, you know, as and when feels right for you, but it is something that is fantastic to have, that you can be looking at every single day. So it's a way of adding that energy back into your life, knowing what it is you're going for, whether it's a rank or if it's more time with family, whatever pictures that you've got that capture the life that you are heading towards. And the important thing is to actually stand and look at that and drink that in every single day, not just make it and put it somewhere. It's about adding that energy and keeping you on point as to where you're going each and every day. It is so important through this, especially as a fast track program, that you take some time to really look after yourself every single day, even if it's just 5 minutes. If you don't have 5 minutes each day to stop and nourish and shower yourself in love, then you really don't have a life. It's really important to prioritize this. So this can be, again, just using your oils and using aromatic dressing to nourish and love yourself and give yourself positive affirmations. It might be taking 5 minutes with a cup of tea. It might be doing something like yoga or meditation, or whatever feels right for you, but it's really important that you prioritize this so that you don't burn out. Then moving on to preparing your business. Like we said before, this is all about the pipes. So prepare, invite, present, enroll, and support. And remembering that the IPE is your income producing exercises, and this is what is going to grow your business.
So you should have already have done your rank planner, which is in the file section of the Elite Premier Silver Challenge, and posted it in the comments of the first challenge. If you have not yet done this, make that your mission by the end of today. Like, take this seriously, show up and be accountable to doing your rank map. This will give you a good idea of your goals and the volume you need and how you're going to feel when you achieve this, and will really help plan out your month in terms of classes and activities that you need to be doing. So again, it's in the file section of the group, and post it in the challenge comments in the group.
And just for those of you who've done it, just congratulations. So many of you have jumped in and done that already, and that's fantastic. Some of you have done it, but you haven't quite finished filling everything out. So refill it out once you've got everything booked in it, and repost it so that we can see that you've done that.
Yeah, it is minimum 6 classes a month to be participating in this program. So get that done. And yeah, massive congratulations. I loved going through and reading all that you guys have created for the month ahead. I think it's going to be a massive month. So LRP orders for your business. Make sure that you do set yourself up for success. Obviously, if you're going to be doing 6 classes a month, you need to have Empower kits. So order at least 2. So everything you need to run a class is in that. And also, I like to order 6-pack of intro kits, and then just add on top of that any blends, oils, or products that I need to top up in my order. If it's a 200 PV month, I order 2 of the 6-packs, and it's 111 PV for a 6-pack. And then you can actually open them up and break them up and give out the 5 ml bottles or keep them as a pack and gift them to people as well. You can also add a hope blend to each order that you do, and then you can decant them into 2 ml rollers. You can give these as samples or incentives, and all proceeds go to Healing Hands. And you can tell the story of hope in classes and when inviting people to learn more. So 100% of proceeds of Hope Blend go to Operation Underground Railroad, which is committed to ending sex trafficking. And also you can add rose lotion, and I absolutely love this. Anytime anyone needs a gift, like a teacher or a friend or a family member or anyone, I have rose lotion, I have hope oil, maybe I have a diffuser or an intro kit, and everyone just gets oils all the time. So it's a great way to introduce people.
So samples, it's really important that if you're going to be out there running massive amounts of classes, well, not that many, but just a few classes, that you are ready to go with everything up front. So get your samples done, order your deep blue rubs and your toothpaste, and if you give out shampoo and conditioner, you can get them from the US. Get your bottles, so little 1 ml bottles or 2 ml rollers. Make sure you've got enough stickers that you can order, and obviously enough carry oil. And I usually like to spend an afternoon, just like one weekend, I'll just spend an afternoon and just fill up all the samples, and just have a massive amount, and then I just carry a certain amount around with me in my purse, so that whoever I bump into, whatever situation or scenario, I can give someone a sample there and then on the spot, rather than having to follow up with them, send them something in the post, and it just delays everything. It's so good to have them on you all time. So get that organized right now so that you make your life easier for the next 3 months.
Yeah, and another thing is, as you can do as your team grows, even if you have one team member interested in sharing, or 2 or 3, get them around in a group once a month or once every 2 months, and have a sample day where you literally just sit there chatting about the business, chatting about the oils, chatting about your life, and doing all the samples together, so you're all keeping each other accountable for being organized. So if you want to create a sample day, it'd be awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome. So your 100 names list, if you haven't done this yet, this is such a useful exercise. It's not just about you thinking of everyone you know and then reaching out to them immediately and vomiting doTERRA all over them. This is just an exercise that really helps you realize how many people that you do actually know. So when you actually think of your hairdresser, then you think, oh, well, my hairdresser's got another client that I know. She was talking about suffering with sleep, and it just helps you think outside the box. If you're thinking that you may not have enough, very many friends, it really helps you realize that you actually do have a huge network available to you. So think about your family and extended family, think about your friends or your Facebook friends, your networks and groups that you're a part of, any community groups, and any service providers. So literally, if someone comes around and fixes your oven, or fixes your car, these are all people that you are coming into contact with every day. Or if you're going to the post office to post out your samples, what about the person on the other side? If you smell amazing, then that's someone that can be added to your names list. So just really do that exercise, because it really does make a difference in terms of you growing your network.
Yeah, awesome. And we have heard a few excuses already. So I just want to cover off a few different people that have had things that they could have used it as an excuse, but have flipped them into being something positive. So Tennille, she lives in a small remote town. The thought you could have is, it will be really hard for me to grow a large team. And she flipped that. I'm going to harness the positives of being in a small town and the amazing community and connection that we all have. So she's a gold leader, and she's established a strong and beautiful doTERRA community in Country Casino, and she made her small town work for her. She also takes the time to drive to other country towns to run classes, as she knows just how important those personal connections are to people. So that's awesome. And Chantel, excuse she could have used is, she just had a baby, and she is my priority right now. She flipped it to, I just had a baby, and because he is my priority, I'm so going to make this work so I can continue to stay home with her, him, and be a present mama. Wow, imagine not having to go back to work. When I put my priority values front and center of my business, I give permission to other people to do the same. Chantal Roloffs is a diamond leader, and she was so determined to be home and present with her children, breastfeeding on demand, that she made her doTERRA business work for her. This also meant taking a breastfed toddler with her to every class, and travel with a 2-year-old through Diamond Club everywhere, so that she could continue feeding on demand, because that was her priority. I did the same thing. Ned, my baby, was 6 months old when I started doTERRA, and I was breastfeeding him. I fed him throughout Diamond Club. I would run classes at my house every single Tuesday night at 7:30 p.m. for my own contacts, and then book classes from those classes, and that worked extremely well for me. And yeah, I was breastfeeding and took my kids everywhere, and just made it work. And I know Amy Innes had a little baby during Diamond Club as well, and she's also a diamond leader as well. So it's totally possible. So this one, excuse, I work full-time, so I really don't have time to commit to too much or fill my weekends with classes. Flip, I'm going to have to fit these tasks and classes in and around my current job. I want to change, and I'm the only person who can make that change. Leah, who's one of our course creators and a diamond leader, worked full-time as a teacher until the rank of gold. With a clear vision in place, she committed to 2 hours each evening to work on her business and at least 2 classes on the weekend. Short-term sacrifice for a now thriving business and being able to work from home. So Leah then went to part-time and eventually left her business, and now she's full-time doTERRA. So what is holding you back from sharing, if anything? Is it being scared of selling? Is it rejection? Is it judgment? If you want to go to YouTube after this presentation and YouTube Brad Yates, valuing what you have to offer, fear others won't. That's a really good one. But also think about what it would be like for you right now if the person that shared with you didn't do that because they were scared of rejection or judgment, or they had a fear around selling. Would that be a massive bummer for you? And you wouldn't have these oils, products, opportunity, and community in your life. So don't take away other people's opportunities to have this in their life. Let them make a decision. And if they say no, guess what? You don't actually die, but at least you have given them the opportunity to say yes or no, and then you can move on to the next person and then give them the opportunity to say yes or no. So I just want to cover this off, guys. How many classes do you do on average, Alison, a month?
Now probably about 10.
10? And how many did you do during Diamond Club?
Anything up to 30.
30 classes a month, which is 1 a day. So I just want to make the point that, and that was the same as me, by the way, guys. I did Diamond Club. I was doing 20 to 30 classes and one-on-ones a month. And I was doing at least 2 to 3 classes a week, even outside of Diamond Club, to get to Diamond and beyond. I don't have to do that now. It's not a lifelong thing. But if you're wanting to create a foundation and a very successful business, it is necessary. So 6 classes a month is actually setting the bar low. That is 1 a week, sometimes 2 a week. And think about what you would actually expect a time and energy investment to be to create a 6-figure business in 1 to 3 years. Like, what is a reasonable input, do you think, to create that? Do you think people make a few Canva graphics and wake up a diamond? I don't think they do. Alison did not want me to include this because it's mildly offensive. But seriously, think about the reality of what you're trying to create and how much would be acceptable to invest in that. I know Seth Resume always says when you're building to diamond, and in this case, at this point, silver, it feels hard, but you look back at what you've achieved and the results of that achievement and the financial freedom and the community and the lives blessed, and you actually think to yourself that should have been harder. So 6 classes a month is only about 4.5 hours commitment a week. So if you're really serious, you'll actually do even more, and then you'll put stops in place. You'll have those savings account for if a class cancels or no one shows up or no one enrolls at a class. So always do more, but commit to that 6-month minimum. And one of our diamond leaders, Chrissy Worthy, you see down the bottom where that says DTC secret. People always used to ask her how she got to diamond in less than a year, and she would say, oh, it's this really magical secret formula. It's called the DTC secret, and it's do the classes, or sometimes the DTF secret, and I won't expand on that. But the original success formula from the Goddards and Pikes training is actually 2 new contacts per day, 2 follow-ups per day, and 2 classes minimum per week, which is actually 8 per month. So yeah, we've eased you guys into it. And also 1 business training a month. If there isn't one in your area, start your own. Use the launch guide on Share Success and the Pikes method, because if you're not training people how to do this, how are you going to create business builders long term? And again, this is minimum, guys. So if you want to go faster, do more.
So in terms of inviting, when you actually break it down, the average Australian enrollment is 186 PV. So if you are looking to get a certain volume, you need to make sure that you are presenting to a certain number of people. So our formula is that if you invite 10 people to a class, you're usually going to get somewhere between 4 to 7 people in attendance. So that means 60 invitations a month if you're doing 6 classes a month, and that's 80 invitations if you're doing 8 classes a month. Now that sounds really overwhelming, but remember, these aren't just your personal contacts. These are your friends of your friends or team members, your colleagues, as well as yours. And if you're booking classes from classes, then you're always helping other people invite their close network, which is much, much easier. So whoever is the person inviting gets to enroll the people at the class. So if your neighbor hosts a class for you, your neighbor is the enroller of everyone that attends. So by doing this, you're also helping people to get their oils for free, and they even make a bit of cash on the way, and it's the fastest route to you building your own stable business.
Just a tip, if your neighbor does a class, whoever your neighbor invites, they get to enroll. But if you personally invite a few people and bring them to your neighbor's class, they're not your neighbor's enrollments, they're still your enrollments, and you can choose to place them under your neighbor, or you can choose to place them wherever you want in your business. But it's whoever's contact it is basically gets the enrollment, not just whoever's at that class, that particular person. And helping people get their alls for free and make even a little cash is the fastest route to a stable business. So if someone says to you, oh, no, I don't want to build a business, you take my enrollments, don't have the short-sightedness of doing that. Just say, yeah, that's fine, no worries. Let's just enroll them under you and help you get your alls for free. Because as they start to see those commission checks, their minds change. And for me, it's never about a massive search for builders. It's supporting people. Like Alison didn't want to build a business. We helped her do classes. We helped her start getting her alls for free. And in time, she woke up massively to the opportunity, and she is an incredible leader and doing a massive amount of classes. But it took that initial support to get her to that place. It wasn't just constantly searching for someone that was ready to build immediately.
So who do you already know? So we've already been through the 100 names list, but it's really common for us to hear, but I don't have any friends. But really, do you really not have any friends? Have a look at your Facebook friends list. Is it 0? I don't think I've ever seen anyone with 0 Facebook friends. So look at your email list and look at the contacts in your phone. If you're saying you have no friends, but you've got heaps of contacts in all these areas, then this really is just an excuse. So do your names list, or go to sharesuccess.com/expand your contacts, and do the exercise there that has a memory jogger of who you do really know. There's also sharesuccess.com launch guide, so go and download that, and that has more detailed scripts and sharing ideas.
So obviously, as you are building your business, it is important to keep creating new contacts as well, and networking, not just relying on the contacts that you do have, although I'm still enrolling people now that were contacts of mine 4+ years ago when I started doTERRA. So I believe that your warm market is way larger than you actually think. But if you want to expand that network, go to meetup.com and look for things that interest you in small business meetups, mums groups, schoolyard, kindy, online Facebook groups, page, Instagram, dance class, Pilates, yoga, pottery, meditation, in line at the grocery store, bank teller, Uber. I enrolled someone with an oil sharing kit in Uber. I've enrolled a couple of Uber drivers now. If I want to go to the city, I just get Uber because the parking is way too expensive. And these are people that obviously are entrepreneurial and after earning a bit of extra cash. So it's awesome to chat to them. Volunteer groups, community groups, school committee. That is my idea of living hell. But I know quite a few people have literally gone on the school committee and enrolled so many people from that, and they only went on it because they're in doTERRA, but ended up with amazing relationships and making a real difference in their school. So it's a great way to get out of your comfort zone. And remember to create genuine relationships when networking. I was just at the Peak Performance Leadership Summit with Leah, and we were at a VIP networking lunch with the speakers, and we literally, our asses had not touched the seats on the table we were sitting at, and this woman got out her business cards and immediately gave them to it. And she actually threw one across the table at the guy on the other side of the table. And I noticed that when we all got up, we all left her business cards on the table. No one actually took it with them. And instead what Leah and I did was sat there and asked people questions and engage with them about their lives and their businesses and their families and their passions and dreams. And also we were up the front row passing around peppermint beadlets and getting peppermint on our thumb, putting on the roof of our mouth and sharing in tune with everybody. And people were asking Leah and I for our business cards and then giving us theirs because they were appreciating the relationship we were forming throughout the day with them instead of literally throwing our business card at them, which is not how you network. So focus on creating genuine relationships.
So when you are inviting, this is a really nice model to be able to do it. So we don't, again, just want to go up to people and just throw oils all over them and just expect them to want to come to a class straight away. So when you are speaking to people and when you ask them about themselves, it's very common for them to come up with something fairly soon that's maybe not going so well in their life, whether they're not getting enough sleep, or they've got, certain issues with their health, either physically or emotionally. So when that happens, the wording that we use is, would it be okay with you if I share something with you that's really helped me with that? Now that just seems really non-salesy. It's asking them permission if it's okay to just share something. At that point, they will usually say yes. and then you can give them a sample of something. And then again, it's really important that you ask for their details so that you can send them more info. So again, it's not just about leaving your business card with them because they're unlikely to follow up with you, but you make sure you get their details. So you give them the sample and you ask if it's okay to check in with them in a couple of days to see how it's gone for them. So you do then actually follow up in 2 days. Now, some people say, I hate the follow-up. I think of it, if you don't follow up with someone, if you've given them something, you know they've got trouble sleeping, if you don't follow up with them, that really doesn't show very much care. Whereas if you do actually check in with them a couple of days and say, how's it going with your sleeping, then that really shows a much more genuine relationship with them. So I like to think of it as a really beautiful way to be able to support them. And then once they've had a good experience with the oils, that's when you ask them, would they like to come along to a workshop to learn more?
So another thing that I learned at the leadership retreat that I attended in California 2 years ago was this text blitz, and you can either use Facebook Messenger, obviously text on your phone, and just send out this really simple message. So for someone new to the oils, hi Jane, you can insert like, how are the kids, how are you, whatever you know about them. Are you open to natural ways to take care of your health? I'm teaching people how to use essential oils. Are you open to hosting a class with me? And notice the language around are you open? And a lot of people are wanting more natural alternatives. People don't want all the synthetic stuff with a long list of side effects. So often they will be open to learning more. For someone already in your team, this is an absolute gold mine and your opportunity to help other people get their oils for free and learn more about the business and become more interested. So hi, Sarah, I know you love the oils. Will you host a class of 4 to 7 people in April, May so we can help more people learn about them? Of course, anyone you invite, you'll get to enroll and we can start earning your oils for free / get you some cash. And also, guys, don't just stop at one class for another team member. It often takes you teaching class for them, then the second class teaching with them, and the third class they're teaching it and you supporting them for them to really, step up and grow that confidence and think this is something that they might want to do. So if you've done one class to someone, reach out again. They've got more than the 3 to 7 people that were at that first class that you did. So dive in again and again. Class preparation, arrive 30 minutes prior to the class to start to set up, and also so that you're connecting and developing that relationship with the host. Remind or coach your host about flow of class and how they can help support. These are some of Hayley Weesey's tips, by the way. I did steal them from her awesome presentation yesterday. And run through what not to do and say. So things like, can you please not tell all of your friends that they don't have to order anything? And can you please not tell your friends they can just order on your account, because you're actually taking away opportunities for them to order, get free products, get product of the month, take advantage of loyalty rewards. You're taking away heaps of freebies for them. And they're literally paying the same price as you anyway, so help them get set up a wholesale account. And I also ask them not to serve any food or alcohol until after the class. And I just let everyone know it's going to take about half hour, 45 minutes for the class, and then we have time for questions and chatting at the end. Otherwise, it kind of becomes really difficult to manage. So class start, have the host edify you and introduce you to people so that develops trust with these people that may not know anything about who you are and what you're doing. You obviously thank the host and edify them back. And then you can introduce yourself and your why. 2 minutes max. Don't go into like a half-hour sob story about how life-changing the oils are, but do share 1 or 2 experiences and why you're so passionate about doing what you're doing, so that people connect with your story. Make sure everyone has completed a sign-in sheet, so you've got their name, email, if they have been introduced to someone to the oils by someone else, etc. So introduce the sheets they have in front of them as well. So the class hand out price list and order forms so they can see all the prices and information up front. And tips for closing, include natural conclusion or assumptive close early on. These are some tips from Chantel that she shared at our Pipes training yesterday. So when you open your wholesale account today, tonight, that can be something you say very early in your class. Now that you have experienced these essential oils and learned more about their power as well as their safety, would you be open to using the products? Or so by the end of this workshop, you'll all have your own wholesale account so that you too will be able to open your box of essential oils and use them in your everyday life. And enrolling people on loyalty rewards in the class. Don't be in your own head about this, and know that this is the best way to continue to get doTERRA into your life. Talk about a few other key products in the class, not 8,000. I know we have a lot of oils and we can get really excited. I generally share Claricalm, Balance, toothpaste, and like past tense, and keep it kind of at that, or feel into the needs of the class. If they're mums that have kids that struggle with school, you might want to share In Tune and like Lavender Peace, or, you know, whatever's going to be relevant to that particular class. Ice Blue Rub, Lifelong Vitality. Lifelong Vitality is a core product, so it'd be great to at least touch on that in every class we do and share your belief around that. Alison has made this amazing Woolworths comparison graphic where you get 2,000 points and you get $10 back in points. Whereas if you get 2,000 points with doTERRA, is $536, does he get?
58 roughly, yeah.
Roughly $558 for the same amount of points. $10 for worth, $558 for doTERRA loyalty rewards. And, you know, you're supporting farmers globally. They're getting toxin-free stuff that they're already buying the synthetic rubbish version of from the supermarket or chemist, and they're supporting amazing ethical products and company. So build that belief in that. They're not spending more money. They're spending money that they're already spending somewhere else in a way better way, and getting heaps of freebies for doing so.
Anthony calls it shift your shopping. So stuff you're buying anyway, you're just buying a low tox version. It's delivered right to your door. Absolutely. And don't confuse people with acronyms like LRP. I know Alison says activate your monthly order. Is that right? Yep. So use words like activate, get your best savings, get the most out of your wholesale membership, loyalty rewards, or activate your monthly order, so people don't get confused. And make sure they know that it's not a lock-in contract for life. They can, it's totally optional, and they can change it or cancel it at any time without being penalized. So yeah, so when you're getting your everything ready and all your classes are booked in, it's really good to get organized at home. So this is what my house looks like, well, with a lot of more rubbish in the background, but there's a suitcase that's packed that has all the class outlines in there. It has my little box of oils, it has the pedal diffuser, has the Modern Essentials book and some pens. That's like literally all you need to run the class. And then in my box, I just have my little host packs. If you go to booking classes from Classes on Healthy Munchkins, you see what I put in there. So if there's anything like that you want to use, so I have a cube shelving, so that just slots straight back in when I get home. I repack the suitcase ready for the next class when I'm at the class, so that getting ready for a class in the evening, if you're working full time and you get home at whatever time you've got to go straight out to a class, you don't have to worry about preparing. It's all sitting there ready the whole time. Do everything in bulk, do your samples in bulk, do your host packs in bulk, do everything so that you can just grab it and run and it doesn't become a big deal. Mm-hmm. So your daily activity in terms of preparing yourself is to really use your oils every single day. This is going to give you the passion and the foundation and belief for what you're doing and help keep you going every single day. Look at your vision board if you've created one, and just make sure that you're feeling the energy of that every single day. Write out your affirmations, keep your energy high, use your oils as you're doing that. Continue to do your reading, or if it's on Audible, so that you can just listen to that while you're doing other activities if you're short on time. Do tapping every day, sign up for Jessie's e-course, do some sort of self-care every single day, shower yourself in love, and make sure that you're doing the connecting with 4 people every day, which is going to build your database of people that you're inviting into those classes. Yeah, so reminder for the link, which ends at midnight tonight for early bird. I don't want you guys paying full price. So get the half price, go to bit.ly/TINMS, which is tapping into network marketing success. So jump on that. So week 1's challenge. So every week we said we're going to release a challenge. It is week 1, Monday today. So here is your challenge for this week. The first thing is to complete your launch planner. So some of you have done this, but make sure that you post a completed picture of this. Post it in the comments of the challenge post. Make sure that you've ordered at least 2 Empower kits. This is how many you will need to be doing the 6 classes a month. And comment #Empower kit ordered in the challenge post. And then make sure that you have your welcome email ready to go. So Leah has kindly uploaded a template in the file section of this group, so you can literally just use that. You need to make sure that you're sending that welcome email to every single new person who joins, so that they're getting the support they need. Yeah, so your launch planner is your rank planner. So go in the file section and do the relevant one for your rank. If you're not yet elite, obviously do the elite one. If you're already elite, do the premier one. If you're premier, do the silver one. And there will be reporting in this challenge. So you do need to report by the 3rd of May for the month of April. Obviously, you don't need to report for this month because we haven't started the challenge yet. But Karen, my virtual assistant, is creating reporting, which will be in the file section of the group. And you will be reporting on rank, team OV, personal enrollments, number of people sampled, total number of classes that you've personally run, including one-on-ones and classes run together with your team that you've presented at. Number of attendees, number helped onto LRP from those classes,
And yeah, there's a few other things that you'll get points on too, like personal enrollments and enrollments from classes that you've presented at. So make sure you complete the weekly challenge, complete your monthly webinar as well, because you do actually get points for those. And there are prizes, and you also will be recognized when you rank advance in the group as well. So make sure you do report by the 3rd of the month to be in the running for prizes, and so that you get your recognition. And also, this is just one of the extra things so that you can reflect on what you've achieved over the 3-month period. So at the end of this month, while you haven't been doing the challenge, but just write down on the last day of this month your total OV, which is in your team tab. Go to your team and write down total membership of all the people in your team, and also record your rank, so that at the end of this month challenge, 3-month challenge, you can see exactly how far you've really come, because it is so amazing to reflect back and see what you have achieved from all the work that you've put in. Yeah. Stop sharing. I sincerely apologize for that. We will actually post all of the, what do you call them, PDFs in the group. So if you couldn't see our PowerPoint super clearly because Canva decided to be a grade A arsehole today, you will get to see them properly in the actual challenge group. They'll be in the file section straight after this webinar. So yeah, I'm super proud of you guys for showing up. Huge amount of you actually live on this webinar, and I know a lot of you will be at work or doing other things and other commitments, so you'll watch it later on, but so glad that you're showing up. Cannot wait to celebrate you at Leadership Retreat and see you guys in person. Come say hi and let us know if you're part of the challenge. And if you haven't done this week's challenge, jump on and do that now. Take responsibility for showing up. It is so, 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 so worth it. 100 million % worth doing these classes and doing the work and getting the oils out there. So yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Thanks. See you in there.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.